that thing that sounded kind of like it was a texture atlas or something. Um,
We're
I
finding
just,
dependencies. We're about to delete something here, but we want to find dependencies to make sure that we're not destroying something that's still being used.
right. And so semi-random, I mean, I just vaguely educated guess said UI Atlas is a script. If I delete all of NGUI, anyone using UI Atlas will break. So who is using UI Atlas? So I right click it, find references, and it'll scan and show me both. These are prefabs that are using that, and then these are scenes that contain it either because they contain that prefab or they contain it directly. So we have it in 4 scenes, but I recognize that those 4 scenes are not legitimate scenes that we use in our game. Scrolling through our actual list of scenes, somebody correct me if I'm missing it, but none of those are our scenes.
Yes, I see.
Okay. And so now the very first thing I say is, well, why do we have those scenes? Let's get rid of these stupid scenes. All right. And so here they are. Scenes, and it looks like test UI main menu. Speak up now if you're using this because I'm deleting it. Test multiplayer main menu and number 1. They're dead to me, right? Don't keep old junk. Main menu, gone. Okay, now how about this game center button atlas? According to my find, now that's not used in any scene because it was only in some scenes I just deleted. Somebody stop me if you're like, oh, I need to reinstate that scene, or I need to keep that for reference. Anyone? So I'm going to do find references on that. Just double check it. Nobody references it. This is dead. Okay, it's dead. It's well, hold on. Now it's dead. Right. So we need to delete all these things. Let's go back to that ngui. What was it? It was I think it was the Atlas script. Boom, 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 boom. So yeah, crystal background, crystal atlas, delete, jewel atlas, delete. And what is that anyway? It's, yeah, why is this here? Don't know. In fact, let's do this. Not used. I'm just gonna, can I just delete these, Scott?
I don't see why not. I mean, the Jewel Atlas, and we shouldn't be using those.
Is this content we are using in the game or intend to use someday?
It should not be as far as the letters, the Chinese lettering. We are replacing that with dynamic text. The images of the jewels and gems are ones when you purchase gems. So I don't know if they're still being used. And the lower left, which is that screen, I don't know if that's being used either.
Because it looks like we have these as individuals. So
yeah, they're separated out. So I think the main atlas can be deleted.
Gone. Okay, so now if we go back to that same atlas, anyone still using that? No, that one's now gone. So yeah, the one thing that I had found so far that is actually being used is these shaders. These are our actual scenes. So somebody is using this shader. and it looks like in some fonts. And you all can tell me, the people who have been working on fonts, which of these fonts is correct? Are any of these just old and need to be deleted? What's the word on these fonts?
I think that Ichan is left the meeting because I asked him to go get well, and he was
Oh,
ill.
okay. Okay. And
But
he's
a good
the one
question.
in charge of fonts.
He is. Well, we'd also have Vincent. Vincent, are you here? Well, no, Vincent wasn't here earlier. So he can watch this video, which I'll be posting to the team.
Okay. So yeah, you can just trace backwards. Like I choose packed proto. It's in button sliced text and it's in a bunch of load screens. Possibly the reason it's in the load screens is because it's in button sliced text. Let's check. No, button sliced text isn't used. So guess what? You're dead to me. Let me check this one too. You're dead. You're gone. All right, so now if I get back over here to NGUI, where are you at? Find it. Okay. Packed proto. Find that. Okay, packed proto is used in all these scenes, so let's pick one. LA. And if I can now do one more trick that's similar. Got to find my NGUI again. Hold on. There we are. Find in scene. And then that will highlight for me. There you go. These things, A text, B text, C text, are using, look at this. It even says deprecated on it, right? These are all things that need to be replaced before we can get rid of NGUI. They need to be replaced with the modern solution that we've chosen, which is, I think, just UI text, right?
There was some talk of Text Mesh Pro, but I think it is just UI text.
Yeah, I think a lot of people accidentally chose Text Mesh Pro, but it's supposed to be text, just text. So yeah, it says get rid of this, get rid of this. Yeah, all of that needs to be gotten rid of.
So Minkang and Zishin and Ishan and Abe, just make sure that whenever we're going through the builds, you folks are on diligently waiting to jump on Text Mesh Pro as a red flag.
Well, in this case, we're looking at NGUI stuff. UI label. UI label was NGUI's replacement for UI text. So if it's still used in the game, get rid of it and replace that with a UI standard UI element. And then when all of those are gone, then we can officially delete NGUI.
Excellent. Thank you for the primer. I'll stop the recording
Right?
and post this for the team.